Alright everyone, so I hope you're all safe and dry and sana wala pong masamang nangyari sa inyo or sa mga mahal ninyo sa buhay, no? Now for this video, we'll be focusing on yung mga trending na stocks, no? Trending meaning sila yung mas active based sa Instagrams. Now, if you want to check that list out for yourself, you can find it in Instagrams sa homepage nila. Okay? So we'll start this video off with Ayala Land or Ali. Na itong Ali, nagkaroon tayo ng push to the upside, diba? In this area here, we almost came up and tagged yung supply zone na naghihintay dito sa taas. Pero bumitin siya ng konting-konti and then we push lower. We ranged in this area. Sabi nga natin noon when we last looked at this was ayaw sana nating makita yung price to break down and push beneath yung mga swing lows na nag-form dito, no? Unfortunately, that's what happened in this candle here. Diba? Hindi na na-retest at all tong supply zone natin. And then after we broke beneath tong range lows, price push lower, filled this gap, and then continued pushing lower. And last week, we closed beneath yung lows ng swing low na to. Okay? So right now, where we're trading is within this range between 23 pesos hanggang 25.5. Now, based from this, given yung current trajectory, hindi naman siguro naaagulat kung magkaroon tayo ng kahit konting pullback lang kasi syempre ang bilis ng baksak eh. That's 5 straight red candles, no? So kung nag-pullback man tayo, we shouldn't presume na yun na yun tapos it's gonna turn and it's gonna fly to the moon. Diba? Kasi maaaring mag-pullback tayo, mauntog tayo dito sa gap and then we roll over. If that happens, then that might be yung, kumbaga, the first salvo, and then we might start pushing lower from there, heading towards yung 23, which is yung low end ng range na we discussed kanina, or perhaps even all the way sa next level of support at 21.85. Possible din na mag-pullback tayo ng slight lang. Mauntog tayo dito sa 25, 26 na area into this cluster of lows from before. Tapos hindi nakayanin and then we roll over. Once again, heading towards 23 and so on. No? Now, again, yung isa pa is possible na wala ng pullback. Maaaring tumuloy pa at balikan natin yung 23 and then we'll see from there how price reacts. Now, if magkaroon to ng fighting chance man, kailangan sooner rather than later, ma-reclaim natin tong 27.2 to 27.7 na area and see if we can range ulit dito sa area na to. Kung kaya yan, then we might come back and challenge tong supply zone. And then finally, we'll see kung kaya ba natin to break above it. If we can break above it, obviously, that can only be good. And hopefully, that leads to price retesting tong 33.55 na area. And if that breaks, then hopefully, mabalikan natin tong mga highs na naiwan natin from before. Next, let's talk about SMC or San Miguel Corporation, no? Now, tong San Miguel, mapapansin nyo for the past ilang days or weeks, meron tayong high volume na nagaganap. Diba? Parang may namimili sa area na to. And I think it was end of day Friday na nagkaroon ng announcement na mag-release ng bonds yung SMC, no? Now, whether or not that yields to positive gains for this particular stock remains to be seen. Syempre, hindi naman po tayo sure kung ano gagawin ng merkado. Now, where we are right now is we're caught between this range between 94 pesos hanggang 98.95 tulad ng pinag-usapan natin do sa 30-second technical overview natin, no? If we can come back and retake tong 100 na level, then that opens up this wider range above from 100 all the way hanggang 109.5 with this level here na nag-a-act na parang inflection point siya. Kita natin it has acted as support and resistance along the way. So, siya rin yung parang middle point natin nung wider range na yon. So, let's see how price would react if it does get up there. Pag umangat nga siya ng 100, mauuntog ba tayo sa 105 o hindi siya i-respect at baka tumuloy lang ng 109.5, no? Now, if 109.5 breaks, tapos we continue pushing higher, then we might revisit tong mga highs na naiwan natin from before. However, kung mabasag yung 94 altogether, baka balikan natin yung support dito sa 92.10 And obviously, kapag mabasag yon, magkakaroon tayo ng bagong 52-week low, upon which bagong sakit na naman ng ulo, and we'll have to wait and see what type of structure develops from there before we can reassess tong SMC. Next, tignan naman po natin tong SM. Now, tong SM, the last time we discussed this, sabi nga natin it was ranging tightly in this area. But again, overall, medyo pababa yung trend natin, no? Now, if you want to hear more about yung discussion ng overall trend, you can check our last video on SM. That was from a week or two ago, no? So just go ahead and check that out. Now, after nun, diba, ito, we broke beneath yung range lows and we came back and tested this level of support like we discussed at 810. Now, dito sa 810, more or less, we've been respecting this level. Sumasayaw tayo within this general area. So, it remains to be seen pa kung anong mangyayari from here. Will this level hold? If it doesn't, yung next level of support natin is 780. And if 780 breaks, then baka balikan natin yung mga lows na naiwan natin dito, no? Now, kung kunwari naman mag-hold to and we start pushing higher, the range we'll find ourselves trading in will be kind of tricky. Bakit? Kasi we need to understand na itong cluster of lows na to, itong range lows na to, will likely act as resistance along the way. Hindi ko lang siya nalagyan pa ng level dito because I really wanted to point it out and I didn't want a line there interfering with yung drawings natin, no? But meron tayong level dyan. So kung nauntog tayo dito, maaaring yan na yung paguntugan natin and we start rolling over from there. Kasi syempre, yung habang nag-range to, malamang mga iba nag-iisip na, okay, sige, nag-range na to, it's gonna push higher from here, buy tayo kapag bumalik sa support, and it did. Diba? So malamang maraming namili rito, and as always, yung mga namili, they'll be thinking na, paano ba ako makakalabas ng buhay? So kung nag-bounce yung price dito, maaaring yung mga pumasok dito ay mag-decide na lumabas, minimize their losses, and then dahil doon, 'di ba, magkaroon tayo ng resistance and we start pushing lower. 'Di ba? Now, if we can retake itong area na to, then we might start trading within this range again between mga 840 hanggang mga 895. Whether or not that's an appealing range for you, kaya na lang po makakapag-desisyon nun, no? Now, if we can break above itong 895, then there might be some sort of structural shift. And we'll rediscuss SM then. But for now, suffice to say na kapag mabasag natin yung 895, yung next level of resistance will be at 957. For now, if you're looking kung tama na ba na pumasok ako na SM, goodbye na ba to or goodbye na ba yung pera ko, honestly, wala pang clear cut eh. Kung pasok siya sa parameters nyo, pasok siya sa mga setups ninyo, why not? Pinag-aralan nyo yan ng mabuti. I'm sure you guys know kung ano yung strike rate, ano yung data behind yung system na gamit ninyo. But for me, personally, I still want to wait and see what happens. Hindi rin naman ganun kagandahan ang current market conditions, so there's no need to force the trades or to force anything. Next, tignan naman po natin tong ICT, no? Now, tong ICT, honestly, not a lot has happened since last time na tinignan natin siya. Stuck pa rin tayo within this wider range between 173 hanggang 194. Diba? If you want to trade that range, go ahead. But kung titignan natin, it's looking very, very, very choppy na. Diba? Ang tagal na rin natin dyan. And while consolidation in and of itself isn't a bad thing, diba? Ang tanong naman dyan is, ano yung next step? After ng consolidation, will the market decide to push higher? Or will the market decide to push lower? If it decides to push higher, yung area of consolidation mo will more or less act as support. And the opposite is true. If it pushes lower, yung area of consolidation mo will act as resistance. So, syempre, ideally, since wala pa naman tayong shorting sa PSE, we want to see price push to the upside bago natin pansinin ulit tong ICT. Kasi after all, bibili tayo sa loob ng lahat ng chop na to, napakaalanganin eh. Diba? It's really, really hard to read. At least it is for me. And even if you're using indicators, given yung duration and level of chop, I'm sure na medyo nag-i-spaghetti na rin yung mga guhit ninyo. Meaning, medyo buhol-buhol na yung mga itsura nila. Diba? So, for now, there's not much left to say on ICT but to wait. If we break above yung 194, it opens up this range here. Yung next level of resistance will be 203 followed by 210. If mabasag naman yung 173, maaaring balikan natin tong 168.5, and if that breaks as well, then baka medyo mas malalim na yung pwede nating mahukay dito sa ICT. Baka balikan natin tong low na to at around 151, and then we'll reassess from there kung ano yung itsura niya then. But for now, okay, siguro maganda, konting patience muna, wag nating madaliin. Okay? And let's watch and see what happens next dito sa ICT. And then finally, pag-usapan po natin tong SPNEC. Now, SPNEC has fallen from yung SRO price niya. And as we discussed numerous times in the past, typically naman talaga ganon. It's just that a lot of traders remember only yung good things like yung nangyari sa ASEN. All I'm saying is, based on mga historical data, normally, may chance na maakuha, assuming talagang gusto ninyo, ng isang particular stock lower than yung SRO price niya. Okay? Now, of course, that won't be 100% true, but, you know, it's higher than average chance na kaya siya. Now, given all of that, and we did push lower, ang sabi nga natin nun, if we were able to break beneath tong support low, highly likely babalikan natin yung area of demand dito sa baba, which is tong white zone. And we did. We came back, nag-react tayo sa white zone, we started pushing a little higher. So the question remains, tutuloy na ba to? Diba? Kasi, kunyari tumuloy to, we need to see saan yung mga next levels of resistance na. Right now, it's at 1.39 hanggang 1.42, etong area na to, wherein meron tayong cluster of lows. So hindi naagulat na if we do push higher, baka makahanap tayo ng resistance dyan based sa yung mga hindi nakabili sa SRO or yung mga bumili rin sa SRO, they might be thinking, oh, I can average down, merong magandang support level dyan. And same logic na kung bumalik dyan, people might decide to get out, di ba? Para makalabas lang ng buhay, no? Now, if we can break above this area and start holding above it, this wider range above hanggang mga 1.54 hanggang 1.57 opens up. Okay? And then from there, ang tanong na lang, kaya ba niyang basagin tong mga levels na to? If we can break 1.57, our next level of resistance will be 1.79, followed by 1.97, and then 2.22. Pero kung kunwari, we push higher, hindi kinaya, nauntog tayo around 1.39, and then we push lower, breaking beneath this swing low, then we might revisit tong low na naiwan natin dito at around 1.11, diba? May kita natin itong area na to, support din to eh. It acted as resistance and support. So hindi naagulat na if we push there, baka makahanap tayo ng some type of reaction. Okay? So that's one scenario. And the other one is baka hindi na talaga mag-hold all together, baka mabasag na yan, and we might come back to revisit yung IPO price. Now, bago may magalit, hindi ko po sinasabi na yun yung mangyayari. Okay, I was hesitant to include this but marami kasi nag-request ng SPNEC, so I wanted din na mapagbigyan yon. So you just need to be careful and have a plan whether or not namili man kayo ng SRO o hindi. Whether or not meron kayong hawak from IPO o hindi. You just need to have a plan and then you just need to follow through kung ano man yung plano nyo. So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo kahit konti and may natutunan kayo kahit papano. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!